I'm Paul Pluta, and welcome to Paul Pluta Prestige. And today I'd like to talk about the no-date Submariner, and this is the model 14060, which is the Sapphire no-date Submariner. And I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of the no-date Sapphire Submariner. And the 14060, it's a great model. And I was fortunate enough to, my first Rolex was a 1016 Explorer 2. Sorry, Explorer 1, I should say. And I just love the clarity and the purity of having a no date on the dial. And later on, when I acquired a no date sub, I immediately, it used the same type of movement as the Sapphire Explorer 1s. And it had that purity of not having the date cyclops, and it was just a very clean, beautiful piece. And I also owned a date Submariner, a Sapphire date Submariner, but I gotta say, they were great, but the no date, I often affectionately really loved them. And I remember the first time I went to Cairns, before I went there, I bought a no date sub just to take on the trip and do some snorkeling. And hey, it held out well. And unfortunately, I did sell that piece there. But I gotta say, a no date Submariner, they're a great piece. And in my opinion, the pick of the batch there, forget the ceramic new versions there. I think the 14060 with the holes case is the pick of the bunch, because you can easily fit a rubber strap, a leather strap, or the original bracelet. And with the side holes, it's a piece of cake to change. And I think that's really the pick of the litter. And I've loved the Sapphire no date sub for years, and I think realistically, it's kind of if submariners and sea dwellers and deep seas are too passe, the no date sub has got a bit of style retained there. And I think that's the important thing to remember. The no date sub, it's a killer piece, and it's a great diving watch. And it's a piece of equipment that you can certainly depend on. And I just love the purity of it. And I'm really happy that Rolex has retained the no-date sub, even though they have gone for the date function is now a very big seller. I'm glad they've retained the no-date version as an option, because it's just so cool. And it's a purist, it's the purist version. And it's like AP with they retain a jumbo without the second hand, just for those purist nutters out there. Okay, let's have a look at the rating here. For the brand itself, I'm going to give it a 7. For the Submariner no date, which is really, when people say it's a no date, it's the original Submariner, I'm going to give it a 10. This is a hugely popular model for Rolex. The Submariner, irrespective of whether it's got a date or not, was a huge model, huge breakthrough for Rolex. For the movement itself, I'm going to give it an 8. For the workmanship and quality of this piece, I'm going to give it an 8. And finally, the Paul Pluta Prestige rating, I'm going to give it another 8. Gives us a score of 41 points for the Rolex no date Sapphire Submariner 14060. I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige. I hope you've enjoyed this review.